everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne and you're watching MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. Thank you so much, new and returning viewers. I love and appreciate your support, and by that I mean just tuning in and coming back as I grow and evolve the channel. And welcome to my new love series I started this month. We're in June, today's June 20th, 2020, and basically for newcomers, I am randomly tossing the dice on my astrology wheel and picking two sun signs, and it is specifically about the sun sign, which is of course 1/12 of our personality from the moment we're born, and specifically about our personality traits, things we like, the reason we do certain things we do, what our interests are, how we like to be presented or thought of to other people, kind of our brand, if you will. And today I picked the two sun signs, Scorpio, or I didn't, the dice picked the two sun signs, Scorpio and Libra. So I'm going to set that over here and start by saying that, first of all, happy summer solstice. I'm going to do a little bit more shuffling, and after I've explained a little bit about each sign and what I think the most important common attraction is, the positive aspects, because every relationship's going to have its challenges, that's just reality. However, I like to focus on the positive, interesting attraction that has just been seen since the beginning of time and through my studies, and the fascination of why different sun signs do come together. What is that? What is the alchemy there? What is the synchronicity that comes into play? And so hopefully I can touch base on a very general basis, and then also finish the reading with a beautiful tarot energy forecast for you for the month, for today and the rest of the month. But I want to say, I think it'll go further on because we have such incredible influences happening right now that I will explain to you, and then reading from a couple of my beautiful oracle divinations and the messages that need to come through to you specifically as a couple, or the connections, because this is a love reading on all different realms, from friendships to family to our pets, to ourselves. And so that's something I need to make really clear as well. But so we'll break it down a little bit, like I said, and we'll start with Libra. Libra is the element of air. So when you think or see a Libra, you're definitely going to know probably pretty quickly on that they enjoy speaking, they enjoy communicating. The air qualities always are that of intellectual interests, wanting to expand the mind, wanting to learn and understand, and basically everything that's done is done through the intellect and the way that they sort through or decide on anything is from their thoughts predominantly, okay? So it's all about thinking, it's all about mind expansion, education, learning, communicating, touching, connecting. When you're thinking of Libra, you're talking about relationships right off the bat. That is a great catchword for this sign of Libra, because it's very important to them that they have relationships of all kinds, many times having to do with love though. Libra is ruled by the planet Venus, and Venus is the planet of love, so the Venusian planet that's all about love and connection and beauty and fun and exciting and just that powerful connection and attraction that comes when you have that love within yourself and for other people. There's a lot of fairness and justice that has to be imperatively a part of a Libra's life. They're extreme. They are, the symbol of Libra is the scales, so they're always wanting that balance, and when they have that balance, many times it's because of the fact that they are in a relationship, they do have that partnership, they do have that friendship, and that keeps them probably at their happiest, I would say. Not that they're not independent. I always have to reiterate this the times I speak of Libra. There are many, many independent single Libras who are completely content, and yet when they also probably have extremely good friendships. So it doesn't have to be, like I said, because you're married or you're committed in that regard, but there's so many different types of love, and it's just really important to Libras. They do love beauty, they do love fairness, they do love truth, they do love luxury, they love, they don't like confrontation, so they want to be diplomatic, they want to be peaceful. A very kind-hearted, general person is who you will see with Libra's overall personality, sun kind of, element attraction when you meet them. First impressions are really a part of the sun signs too, I think, whereas when you go deeper, and believe me, there's a bottomless pit of information you can learn about every single sign, yourself, and the people, like I said, you connect to. This is just a piece of the pie. But overall, there's this genuine desire to get along and to, work together in generally smaller groups, like I said, partnerships and so forth. Let's see, what else can I say about the Libra? Their birthstone is the opal, so that tends to bring in great luck, prosperity, and it kind of protects them from any kind of energies that aren't, positive and uplifting, because once again, that will definitely stir them and shake up that balance. So we want to keep that in form. So I actually am a Libra, and I've had this beautiful opal ring that was made for me when I was 19. So it's so many years ago, I don't even want to add up right now, but it's very, very important to me. It's become a part of my body. And it's never cracked. And they say, if you're not a Libra, you don't want to wear an opal. It's supposed to be bad luck. But then we go on to the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is the water element, okay? And Scorpio is, they're a deep, deep, intense, mysterious sign. And they are a fixed sign, whereas I forgot to mention Libra is a cardinal sign. So cardinal sign meaning the beginning of a specific season. There are 4 cardinal signs, and Libra is the beginning of autumn. So there's an initiative, there's a call to action with all cardinal signs. And trust me, Libras like to be active and social and out and doing things, okay? So that's an important part. With the water sign element and the Scorpio, we have a fixed sign. So the fixed sign is pretty much set. They are determined and they're unwavering, sometimes unyielding when it comes to their decisions and their choices. The Scorpio is a feminine duality. The Libra is a masculine, because they're divided into 2. We all have each in ourselves, every one of us. But as a whole, half of the zodiac is feminine and the other half is masculine. So here you have that, opposition, which, as I've explained many times, oppositions actually are very attracting to people, because there's that missing component in themselves that they're looking for subconsciously and have fulfillment for with the other person that has that particular personality trait or element that they don't have. So then you have the symbol of the scorpion, which is can be a dangerous insect, right? It does have a sting. It does possibly poisonous and deadly, and that is like expressing to you that you, as well, to me in my life, because I've had at least 3 relationships as a Libra with a Scorpio. They've all had different intensities. So you're going to hear many times, probably even during this recording, that there's an intensity with Scorpio, and there is, because their emotions run deep, and of all the water signs, the 3, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, Scorpios runs the deepest, because they are about going the deepest depths to figure out and unearth and to release truth, to take away the clouds and the mystery and the fog of what's really happening. And so they have this sting when they have been perhaps lied to, or the truth has been not spoken, because they love being true. They are incredibly loyal. They love being truthful. They love getting to the point. And so that sting will come when they feel like they have been treated dishonestly, predominantly, I think, or they have reasons to question you. Because like I said, they are mysterious and they will look into anything they have questions about. And that can also pertain to their fields of interest and their professions. When they are interested or desiring some kind of a career path, they're going to be the best in their field. They have that incredible strength and tenacity and drive. And so that's a beautiful trait, So I don't like the off-putting aspect of it being, just stinging and all that. Well, for heaven's sake, that's just a symbolism, right? It's just a very small portion of who they are, but it does reside in there. So, and then you have the fact that, what else can I say? The Scorpions are ruled by the planet Pluto. Pluto is absolutely the planet of transformation and regeneration, and the Tarot card for symbolizing the Scorpio is the Death card. And people are thinking, oh, death. Yes, it pertains to death on some levels, but predominantly it's about the rebirth. And that is the most, I would say, one of the strongest connections with Scorpios is their ability to transform throughout their life and the people that they come in contact with in positive ways, bringing them the fullest part of themselves. As teachers, Scorpios can enlighten a student for the rest of their lives, which a lot of our teachers have. So there's a beautiful, concentrated, really deep, penetrating kind of energy that comes from a Scorpio when they want something and they want to succeed in something. They will not stop, and you can count on them, and they're, like I said, incredibly loyal to their relationships and to their desires and their interests. So there is that, there's a little obviously difference in the energies right off the bat, but let's get down to a little bit more why there's some. But I will mention the birthstone for Scorpio is a topaz, and predominantly the energy of a topaz is to bring forth the occult. So there's a lot of interest for a lot of Scorpios that are in the occult or do readings and have this mystical, psychic, intuitive aspects to them. I've met them many, many times, and so that's an appealing, beautiful, magnetic kind of energy. So you get the two together. You've got this, light, kind of communicative, social, usually love of beauty, and quite attractive in themselves a lot of times, Libra, and then you have this kind of intense and magnetizing. My words are just the retrograde going on here. This magnetic, kind of almost instant attraction that happens, right? And the passion, there's none other, I must say, with the Scorpio. And Libras are very passionate too. A lot of the signs are passionate. When you fall in love, that passion is probably like none other when you have a Scorpio in your life. And that's something that, I don't think myself and a lot of people I've known have ever forgotten about when they've been with the Scorpio. And the body part that they are ruled by is the sexual organs. So, that stands to reason, right? And I don't think that people really understand fully when they talk about the sexuality with a Scorpio a lot of times. I feel like it's a little more flippant in the way it's described, but what it really is about is that the central part of a Scorpio actually comes to know and fully embrace and feel energetically the connection with other people through sexual activity and physical activity. more so than any other sign. And that's what it's about. It's a way for them to really know and deeply feel that connection, because like I said, they're very deep. And so you get these two together, and the lightheartedness can be attractive, I think, to a Scorpio. And this Libra will want to get the Scorpio to kind of like get out and maybe socialize more, because Scorpio can be social, yes, but they also really like their time alone and that introspection that they need to be their fullest and their balanced, right? So they can complement each other a lot. They have great deep desires to be faithful and loving to each other, and as long as they're respecting each other, as I say with every sign, and they have that self-acceptance and recognition that they have their own identity and own lives that then together can be put as a whole, right? You have to have two wholes to make the whole. So those are the explanations that I can do. I've gone on a little longer than I thought, but I think they were important. And so I'm going to read to you now some of the beautiful energies coming forth through the month for the two of you, working together. And I do want to say once again, it is summer solstice today, so that is a very powerful energy of newness, regenerating, which is imperative for, the Scorpio. And then it also is the first day of Cancer season, so happy birthday, Cancers. And I'm sure, as I'm sitting here, that a lot of Scorpios have a lot of Cancer friends, because a lot of times the same element will gravitate towards each other. And Libra as well. Libra knows a lot of Cancers. Libra loves and appreciates all signs. But there's that kind of underlying understanding and connection between water signs and all the elements that are the same element. So Scorpio, yes, you're going to feel a lot of that energy because it's your sister sign this month. And it's going to be that energy of definite love and compassion, and gravitating, I think, more towards family and familiar and your relationship, and wanting to really cement that and work through difficulties or anything that might have come up in these challenging times, or maybe that you've had to be together in close proximity, and all sorts of variables that come out there. The energies will come through, and you'll be able to understand more as time goes on. We are in retrograde season, besides Mercury retrograde that's messing up my speech and will have a huge impact on our communications this month through July 12th. Our transportation, anything movable, it's ruled by Mercury, so that's all about moving parts. So electronics can go on the fritz a little bit. Communication, you want to recheck everything you're about to send, email or otherwise, and look over again things that were sent to you, reread them, okay? It's all about during retrograde season. Reevaluate, reconsider, relax, just really kind of double checking. And then we have 3 eclipses pretty much in a row, with about 2, give or take a day or so, weeks apart. Huge transformation, huge beginnings, endings. But the eclipses will kind of, like I've been saying, tell the story. So this will be an energy that will last with these eclipses through 3 to 6 months. The first eclipse happened on the 5th of June in Sagittarius, which is a fire, passionate sign. It's about action, it's about truth, higher education and learning, speaking our truth, breaking away from tradition that is no longer working. Incredibly synchronistic to what's happening in real time. And then tomorrow we have the new moon eclipse in Cancer. So the new moons are all about newness, all about intentions, starting new. And these could be ideas you've already been formulating together as a couple, going to the next level in a relationship, which is always beautiful, especially when it's in the water element like Cancer, because it's all about our heart and opening our heart chakra and feeling that intensity and that love and that compassion for each other. And it'll be strong. There'll be a lot of emotion, but I feel predominantly, as I've been saying, they're going to be happy emotions, okay? Revelations that are going to be beautiful, and long-lasting. So if you don't feel this resonance right away, you will. It's coming. And so let me just pull out some. Then the third eclipse and final will be on July 5th, and that's going to culminate it. And that'll be in Capricorn, and that's going to be the last series of the Cancer Capricorn for about 13 years. We've actually initiated and started the Gemini Sagittarius. So it's going to have a whole different effect with new stories and new information and new things to learn, which is what they're about. So I'm pulling out cards that kind of jump out, but I'm going to pull 2 or 3. This is beautiful for the energy, like I said, for the two of you, and information you'll probably want to know about, and that's specifically for you. And I'm loving what I'm seeing already. So the first card that we have as an energy for the Libras and Scorpios this month is the Knight of Wands. Whew, there's the passion, there's the fire, there's the drive, there's the determination, action. We're not talking or thinking like a Libra, and we're not only just feeling, but we're putting it forth into tangible, actual reality for ourselves. The wands are the messengers. The knights are the messengers. And whereas a page is definitely a messenger, it's the beginning of something, it's the naive kind of purity that comes from the youthfulness or younger persons in our life. The knights have information about what that particular element is. So you have information coming forth about something you want to put into action, some kind of an idea, some kind of maybe job, or once again relationship, or could pertain to money. I mean, there's a lot of variables, but it's time to make it happen, and you're determined, and you're going to get the information on how to make that occur. With the new moon, there's great energies for this. So I love seeing this because, you know, it's great to be thinking about things, but a lot of us have had to put a lot in the back burner in the last few months, myself included, as a Libra. So now it's full speed ahead. I mean, this is exactly what will occur when you have the fire elements. And it also represents the Sagittarians, Leo, and Aries in your lives. So maybe something's happening and you're working together, in your family, in friendships and partnerships at work, predominant fire energy. But it brings in, the motivation that's necessary. We have actually Mars, the planet of action and, energy, and kind of like ruled by Mars is the planet of fire, of course, and war, and just really strong. Gotta do it, get that energy going, make it happen, fierce. And that's happening in Aries on the 27th, so that also would pertain to this fiery energy coming through to make things happen. You've been waiting. And then the next one is the moon. Well, that's the major arcana. That's the eclipse. Eclipses. That's the intuition that's there. That is the strong, receptive intuition that's being brought to you both. And you both inherently have that intuition, but I would say Scorpio kind of takes the cake this month with that. You really have this divine, beautiful understanding that's coming forth. Epiphanies are coming through, and you're feeling really empowered and strong, and you're feeling good about the messages and the guidance. There's hidden information a lot of times when you see the moon, but that's clearing up. And I think you know exactly what I mean. So I love this, and I see it as just being that powerful, beautiful, watery kind of receptivity that comes with this beautiful card. Answers are coming through, and they can come in all different forms, but they're definitely coming through for you. So pay attention and understand that it is, you've even got the Cancer there. It's interesting, coming up from the water. So yeah, well, the card, the moon, is definitely representing a Cancer, actually. So very synchronistic right now. Full tilt. Listen, pay attention to your dreams, write out your intentions tomorrow. They become even more powerful when you write them out. and watch them come to fruition, especially with that Knight of Wands. That is beautiful. And then you're following that with Three of Cups. This is festive, this is celebration, this is success, this is fun, this is drink, dance, be merry. You know, things are opening up in our society. You know, we've waited a long time, we've been extremely patient. And here we have the element of water again, you know. So once again, the Cancerian, loving, beautiful, fun, connected energy is thriving. I can feel it coming off the card, literally. So yeah, that's saying a lot, and it's saying beautiful things. It could be the celebration of a marriage between the two of you. I mean, that's opening up too. You can have small bubbles and, you know, a certain amount of people together now, social distancing or not. It's just, I feel real great. I feel a great deal of passion and love, and I feel like there's a strength that's been built, you know, and it's been challenging for a lot of people to kind of keep their emotions together, you know, with all this stuff. But you've been really good and strong with each other. And when I see this combination of Libra and Scorpio, it is really just about the two of you a lot of times. You work on just the partnership. That's predominant, I think, a great deal of the time. And that's beautiful. You know, I envy that in a way, and I hate saying that. Envy is not an emotion that's actually for the highest good, so I try not to hold on to that, but I still love seeing couples that are working through their challenges and their difficulties because they have that deep desire and passion to do so. You know, they're fighters. They don't give up. Neither of you are you know, people that want to give up. That is for sure. And then last you have the Page of Wands. So here we go. That the Knight brings in the aspect of how this particular energy and message is going to come through for you, but the Page, as I said, is the beginning. So it's the newness, it's the new marriage, and maybe it is a new relationship between the two of you. And when it's about the wands, it's about the passion behind it, the desire, the motivation, and that's coming through. So be it new, or the fact that maybe you're just going back to work again and you're trying a different schedule. Maybe you're working from home now, from now on. You're going to tweak the little, you know, necessary parts to that situation that are going to make it better for you. Maybe you have children around, you know, and they're going to be here because they can't go back to school, for an example. You're going to work that through. Everything's going to be okay. It's going to work out really well, better than you thought. And you're going to take it slow. You don't have to rush into anything per se. You've probably been thinking it through anyway. This is the month. Review all the little finishing touches and embrace it and welcome it, because it's got that beautiful youthful kind of innocence, knowing that, you know, anything can work if you really want it to. So you got fire, you got water, you know, and guess what? That creates steam and boiling and things to, you know, really happen without having to blow up, you know, just that beautiful, once again, passionate energy coming through. Let me check something else for you before. Just want to see what your foundation is. That's always an important thing. King of Cups. Whoo, baby. So that's really kind of what's guiding this whole reading. The King of Cups is the epitome of love and passion. You know, the element of water, once again, hugely, hugely affecting us this month and onward. And who doesn't want to feel emotion? Who doesn't want to feel that love? I know I do. Love for others, you know, giving to other people, you know, and feeling selfless and just in receiving it back. Whether you meant it to be that way or not, that's the reciprocation that's going to be happening. And it's fantastic, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous foundation to be basing all of this off of. So I definitely hope you're resonating and will be resonating with this, because it's got some incredible, beautiful, loving, and heart energy associated with it. So let's move on to your Wisdom of the Hidden Realms message that's specifically just for you two. Like I said, for now and the remainder of the month and onward. And the messages I always find to be incredibly deep and full of loving guidance and inspiration, clarity. Oh, absolutely love how things just kind of work together so beautifully, you know, in that, what's the term? The last card I'm going to pick is going to be from the Super Attractor Manifestation deck, which is all about just feeling the life we want, putting it from our hearts into physical form, you know? When we put out, we will receive. It is just the law of attraction, always has been. The serendipity aspect of this was the word I was looking for. And we have the Phoenix. Resurrection, surrender to change. That's what Scorpio is, like I said. You're ruled by Pluto. And, you know, Pluto is also one of the retrograde planets right now in Capricorn, which is about stability and long-term and, you know, actual permanence to things, which is, I think, what we're all always seeking, you know, whether we realize it or not. So the Phoenix, number 29, and that's 11 when you put the two together, which is a master number, which represents 2, which is about partnership. So it's fantastic. Let me read to you what it says in the book, because this is especially for you two. So 29 coming up. There we go. Almost there. The Phoenix appears as your ally to celebrate your journey and to ensure your ultimate success. This is true even if it appears that you've just passed through a metaphorical experience of death or are currently enduring a perception of failure in your life. Death and rebirth are related when you enter the realm of the Phoenix. Seen in this light, nothing truly dies, but rather changes. From one ending directly into new beginnings, the Phoenix is constantly reinventing itself and rises up whole and new, and even more powerful with every death it experiences. This could signal an end of a relationship or the dynamic within one, or an end of a job, a project, or even life. Perhaps no failure is involved, but it's time for a complete overhaul of your circumstances. New moon. You may be tired of what you're doing, or you may intuitively know it's time to move on and try something new. Whatever the case, the death of the old and a celebration of the new life are called for. Whatever you do now will indeed be a successful endeavor, for a rebirth is imminent. That is just so powerful and so perfect for right now. So yes, you know, metaphorically or otherwise, chances to renew, chances to change, to start again, because our whole life is about those cycles and about changing so that we can continue to grow, right? So important. So last but not least, like I said, let me pull this one for you. Oh, whoa, passionate. The red sacral chakra energy, which is our, you know, our foundation, our security, you know, our stability. My super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith and love, and the joy I put out. And I never even really want to add to anything, because it says exactly what it needs to, and you can feel that, I hope, through the camera, into your heart, into your sacral root chakra. You two can have an amazing, beautiful relationship. You can continue to let it thrive and go through its changes and so forth. Remembering the Phoenix and how these things need to occur to better yourselves, right? Ultimately. So thank you so much again for, you know, taking the time and stopping in. I would love to see you again. I'll be doing the same thing next month, and I do individual readings per sign the beginning of the month, so you might want to check for that. But most importantly, in the meantime, take really great care of yourselves. It's a time to kind of slow it down a little bit. You know, the energies are bringing that in as well. But boy, when you start going through July and forward, there's no stopping you. I wish you the best. Feel free to subscribe if you liked what you saw. And until next time, thanks. Bye for now.